comme ça. Chez toi c'est comment chez nous c'est l'amusement. Dans la musique capou fait tout le monde est content.
Yo, and you know me, I don't know more. Once again, your host, MC Old Soldier. And thank you for joining us, and greetings to all our listeners around the world. Once again, Angel TV, our Ghana. Yaboma Baso, Wejumapa, Moye. Yeah, greetings and shout out goes to Captain Smart. Captain Smart, Obo Juma. Kofi TV, Kofi Aduma, Obo Juma. Vim Lady, Gaskiani. Won't you here? Yeah, what is a Yasantua, Obo Juma, and New York 4, Edinkra, Multimedia, and Yaboma Baso, Obo Juma. Kwakumenu, ye Kyle, Nanaya, Brefo, and so ye Kyle. Magrahe. Entertainment no more, but yesterday no, Ejuma Papa na Oye, into ye, New York, Hase no, ye, Edinkra, Multimedia, ye Bo Abaso, Zion Felix, Sammy Flex. Na ye bra Penny, Kwakuba Kon, any Kwesi Pratt. Mungina ye bomba baso Sronkon and ye dinchiaso from the greatest state in the world. New York. Yeah, the Bremo. Yeah, once again, we're starting our political show, The Front Desk. And today, we're coming to talk about issue that is concerning our country, Ghana. And we entitled it Matters of National Interest and Trending Issues. In the studio, no, my wonderful guest. I have the unbreakable and undefeated MPP Communication Director, General Mazu. We miss him so much last week. We also have in our midst the great CQ, cool, calm, and collected Abdul Latif. Then we have our last week replacement. He's still with me. He's sometimes crisscross or intertwined as my co-host, who uses Archimedes principles. Enya Kobranyama is also in the house. Thank you. Ebuzafo Akwaba. Yo, when they made the best start, Honorable Mazu. So, Honorable Mazu, we're talking about matters of national interest, and we know about trending issues are so. You know, I think that send you best summarize it, Kakrabino. Yanka bibi kakrebi famfa we Auditor General no. So which man can bibi kakrebi there for Auditor General issue na bana. Let me so few minutes.
Well, MPP dear, we are in a very sober political mode. And na me say you use 2 to 3 minutes and my MPP for, because on say we have lost an illustrious son of a party, former general secretary of the political party, who has been very instrumental in the politics of our country, Sir John. So also I will use this platform to send my greatest condolences to the members and any individual who subscribe to the principle of the Dankwa Buzuya Dombo tradition. In fact, the loss of Sir John has shaken the foundation of the NPP. But that is how the world is structured. If some are not gone, others will not get the chance to replace. So my condolences to the party, my condolences to his immediate family, and my condolences to Ghana. The death of Sir John has sent some good signal to we, the politician, up and coming politician. There's the need for us to, as a matter of fact, know one thing, that politics is just an avenue where you can disagree to agree on certain basic principle, not necessarily to, have an acrimonious disengagement with colleague. When the death of Sir John became so pronounced, in fact, I was so scandalized hearing what the General Secretary of the NDC said. I don't know whether you read what Johnson Asedun Katia said, the sort of words he even poured out, to the extent that, there's one refreshing thing he said, and I was very, very happy about it. That when he lost his mom, General Secretary of the NDC lost his mother, Sir John was the chief mourner. To the extent that when he came to his hometown for the funeral, instead of Sir John to even go and lodge at the hotel, he didn't do that. What he did was that he went and stayed in the same room with Johnson Asedun Ketia for a period lasting 3 solid days. That shows the sort of unity that politicians ought to embrace. So all what we are seeing on the banter that normally goes on within politicians, it is just meant for cosmetics. I call them, it's just a cosmetic, because I least expected to hear what he even did. Now, after the death of the mother of Sir John, Asedun Ketia, Sir John passes on. Listen to what Asedun Ketia also said. What did he say? He said he's going to take charge of every single aspect of Sir John family. His children, his wife. Did we expect such thing to happen? No. So my advice to we, the up and coming politician, is that leave the issue of politics to politicians. Where you have an individual who has a problem with a politician, that person is not a politician. You can be a supporter of a political party. It doesn't make you a politician. Somebody who has devoted his life, somebody who has devoted politics as a career, that is a politician. They understand each other. Have you ever witnessed an NDC man at the other side of the house trading insult? They only disagree, even at the floor of parliament. You wouldn't see insult trading, an exhibition of, intellectual prowess. No. What they do is that they disagree on principles. This is inflation rate is that he disagreed with that. So I was so much happy when I heard the very noble words that is coming from the mouth of Johnson Asedun Ketia, referring to Sir John. So, Mr. Osoja, in fact, I've using all the auditor service to admonish the party supporters of our party. We should take it cool, and I wish him all the best. And I believe, every now and then there's the need for us to have something like this that will remind the people about the life in the hereafter. I don't know whether you can still want me to dive into the auditor service, or that's enough for me.
Oh yeah, you can still take 2 minutes.
Yeah. Well, also yeah, our country sometimes I will say Ghana a joke, but I disagree with you, and I continue to disagree with you. We have pertinent problems also, problems, but in fact we are far ahead of other countries in Sub-Sahara West Africa and Africa as a matter of fact. The Auditor General and the brouhaha that is coming on, Mr. Osoja, is something that I didn't expect that thing to go to that extent. But you see, what happened? The current Auditor General, who has been asked by the President, using a constitutional provision, asking him to proceed on his accumulated leave. One thing we have to ask as a people, whether the conduct of the president was constitutional or illegitimate. This current Auditor General was appointed on the 13th December 2016. Latif, 13 December 2016, it tells you that it was after elections were held and subsequently declared the current president as the president of the Republic of Ghana before his appointment was made by the former president John Dramani Mahama. You know, when elections takes place, there's 1 full month, what they call transitional period. And the Constitution of Ghana is the creator of all this hula baloo. Because I believe when a president term expire, is greatly expire on the 7th December of every 4 years. You understand?
I understand you, but when you say expire, it's something that then we're talking about negative. But yes?
No. I mean, when his time of office got to an end, an alternative word. That means
it was in the process.
Oh.
You know, listen, I'm just joking. But
I get you.
It was in the process because we have the past, the present, and the future.
So,
and
but
the time
basically,
that he appointed him, he was still in power.
You are not getting me.
Oh.
I'm telling you, all this hula baloo is the creation of our constitution. It is the constitution that is the creature of the constitution. The constitution gives mandate for the word that the expression the outgoing president of a period of 1 solid month. They call it transitional period.
Yeah.
Do all what he has, and within this 1 month, say to about 7th December, that's a present to win here. With between 7th December to 7th January, sitting president our Luciano to say Mahama our Luciano, he still have the opportunity to make appointment. Close, it's not the best. Latif, it's not the best. It's not helping our country. When your term ends, 7th December, you lose the election, you should lose everything that comes with appointment, so that it doesn't create any unnecessary tension in our republic. Now, this guy was appointed on the 13th December 2016 after John Dramani Mahama lost the election. He appointed him. Government has no luxury of alternative but to accept him. Then he started working. So from that time up to date, 2016 to 2020, clearly we get into 4 years, right? At least 3.5 something years. The Constitution and the Audit Service Act. When you go to at 671, 651.
That was the Labor Act.
Labor Act. You understand? It has clearly stipulated that under Section 3 of that any individual who is captured within that appointment cannot forgo his leave. It is a constitutional that you have to go on leave. So from his appointment up to date, this guy went for leave for only 9 days.
Yeah.
That is not good. You yourself, you are aware. And then the board, the managing board of that particular audit service, kept on reminding you, oh soldier, Wutama do say won't call leave. They will write letters to him, he will ignore it. They write letter to him to go for his leave, he ignores the letter. And you know redundancy can set in. If you don't go for leave, within the wisdom of the framers of the Constitution, they know why they inserted the issue of you going for leave. You didn't go. Now, persistently, the president had to step in. President stepped in and asked you to proceed on your accumulated leave. It has become a problem again. But you see, my problem is that Ghana, if we don't take serious care, the country is going to head towards a danger. Other countries have implemented that policy and they failed. Politics is now graduating from this acrimonious political banter into tribal issue. Today, the president has acted based upon a constitutional provision. People are calling him that he sacked him because the Auditor General belongs to a certain group of people. And that is not what we are looking for. So, Mr. Osoja, all in all, what I'm trying to say is that we should be able to distinguish between something which is legal and something which is illegal. If the president has acted illegitimately, that is where we have cause to blame ourselves. But if the president, what the president did, it is within the confines of the law, why do we have to, call for that? Now, you've been asked to go for leave. You accepted it, proceeded on leave, was in leave, then he has access to the audit service letterhead. Let if the president has asked you to go on leave starting 2nd of this month, you still have access to letterhead of the audit service. On the letterhead, you wrote copiously addressing the president instead of you even giving the letter of what your grievances to the president. You didn't do that. You went straight and handed it over to the media. Are we joking? This is not how things are done, Mr. Osoja. Address the matter. You have a problem. It is not the media who has asked you to leave, to proceed on leave. It's the president. So any grievances, if you think the president has acted ultra-vary, the president has contradicted the provision of the Labor Act, the president has contradicted himself with a constitutional provision, that is where you write, and if good hearing is not given to you, you have another alternative, avenue where you can file the case to the court. When you go to the court will sit up and then arbitrate it. And finally, we will come up with a very amicable situation. But you see, I was so much surprised. I think when we come in, I even show you a video where the Auditor General was, Mr. Daniel, was, giving huge praises to the president for what he has done. He said, the video is still with me here. He said since the establishment of the audit service, the audit service has not at a go received 5 solid cars from a sitting government. But when he took over from 2012 to date, the president has asked him to write and request for 38 solid cars. The president has given him the go-ahead, and he secured those cars for the audit service, and that they have never run short of logistics. So to me, what the Auditor General did, refusing to go for his leave, call for all this brouhaha that we are going through. But as you know, definitely when such matters comes up, there will be a banter between the NDC and MPP. Every single MPP member will subscribe to what the directive of the president. And every single NDC member will go in favor of the Auditor General. But like the Nigerian lawyer professor said once upon a time when he was invited to the Ghana National Reconciliation Committee.
Can you wrap up for me?
Yes, he said, truth are in threefold. You have your truth. I have my truth, and the truth itself is there. So when you think the president has erred or has gone contrary to the norms, customs, and the constitutional provision of our country, you can quickly advise the Auditor General to proceed to the court to seek for redress.
Thank you. May that say, that's a very deep presentation. Our listeners around the world, we have in the premises of Adinkra Multimedia, General, let's say the happiness no quiet, yes, General Lamin is in the house. We also have Wafayao also in the house. That's a NDC combatant. combatant Shen. I'll quickly switch on to General Latif. General Latif, I think that according to the Constitution, I think that Article 70, it gives the president the power to appoint an Auditor General. And I think that Article 297, and also it gives the president also the power to exercise his disciplinary, control. And whatever we're talking about and we are presenting, the president has the right. Say Obekachre Auditor General and say on take ne accumulated leave no. But say acquire a far so And I said the board chair, no, a friend is saying, oh, this man, Ajmandia, I think say always know there has been an issue, and there was a time too. I think say Auditor General answer or taking 9 days off, no, or can say ni 2 eyes, you know, is going to act on his behalf, but a board meeting, no, he cannot sit in board meeting for him. In the same can also know what Jane was saying, oh, way home.
Once again, let us say for this opportunity, so me share my take on trending issue and national issues of this sort. So dear my brother Eka no baby no you expect there will be division. Obiano will have where to align or support. But from a neutral point of view, no, I feel say both parties nyano have erred in one way or the other. For instance, over the current Auditor General now, letter now indicates say he has to proceed on leave. You know, there was a reference that was made about once upon a time, President Atamils did something of that sort, and based on that, this current administration felt it's also proper to go by the same trend. That is where I have problem with the current administration, particularly President Akufo-Addo, in the sense that we feel if we are copying something, we should be copying the right ones.
The right way, yeah.
So Obi asserting a bad precedent. It's not proper to endorse it to the extent that capturing that statement, or reference, in that letter. Another issue of conflict of interest has to do with the current board chairman, which is Mr. Edward Ajmandia. He was the same person whose name was mentioned during former President Mills' era to proceed on leave. So the question here is, Sani Pana, a man, that statement on proceed on leave, is the same person today behind the scene, also pushing for the current auditor to proceed on leave.
I think he also works at the Jubilee House. If I'm
For
wrong.
me, wherever he works is not even my concern. He having interest in the matter to the extent that, because I feel said the interest in that reference nearby. At the end of the day, per Labor Act, it indicates once you are entitled to embark on the leave, the duration, you need to respect that. That's the only part that I have problem with the Auditor General for failing to also abide by the provision. But over issue now, one Austin Gami has made reference to this same controversy. Say there's nothing like accumulated leave, but that clause is just there for civil servants and politicians to abuse their office, which I do side with him, because within the calendar year, once you forfeit or you fail to take your vacation, which is paid vacation, clearly you've lost it. That is what it's supposed to be. But because it's in the public sector and provisions are just there for people to take advantage, they try to roll it over. I don't think any private businessman would tolerate that. That aside, the Auditor General questioned the directive, and now we are hearing his another extra days has been added to his days to also take that of 2020.
Yeah, because he made a reference of taking the leave.
He made a reference of taking for that of the 2020. So the president said, fine, if you are taking that of 2020, you already have this.
Because they were dealing with 2017, 2018, and 2019.
Exactly. So, like in such scenarios, what we want to be done is we need to review our constitution or certain aspects of our constitution that empowers the president so much, and that ends up causing financial loss to the state. Me, I call it the financial loss. Once the person has failed to take 3 or 4 years vacation, the money should be savings to the coffers of the nation. But in this scenario, once the issue of is done before comes in, they're trying to justify this time around. But at the end of the day, what we are all calling is the interest of Ghana supersedes all sectional interest. the right thing has to be done. If you are an employee, try as much as you can to abide by the rules of your job. Yeah. Likewise, the president or the leader. Next time, even if they have such kind of precedence, it shouldn't even be captured in the letter, making it look like the president is taking a partisan stand. Because the moment you issue a letter making reference to late President Mills, yeah, you can't blame the people by saying it's somehow political. The last concern has to do with the controversy surrounding this same issue, which is the issue of Crows and Cone associate deals, which Mr. Yawasafumafo was standing hearing on the matter to the extent that the issue was at Supreme Court, per my understanding. We're just hearing that the one who has taken over from the current Auditor General has cleared the whole issue. That is where people have problem. Because it's like the current Auditor General was failing to abide by the provision of the law to embark on the vacation for anticipating this was the likely tendency.
Okay.
So if you look at the whole situation, both parties, I would say, have erred or have failed to manage the situation clearly.
Reasonably.
So subsequently, we all need to go with the matter step by step in order not to create a partisan impression. Wrong is wrong, right is wrong, is right. So that shouldn't be the case. And to draw my conclusion, we need reviews in our constitution. Most aspects of our constitution empowers the executive so much such that they can just get up and do things they want. That is not helping in the development of our country, unless we don't mean to develop.
Can you elaborate it a little bit?
Yeah.
Because I'm talking about the Auditor General. It's a different body.
Yeah, the Auditor General is a different body. I mean the executive. That is the leadership. For instance, the president who falls within the executive. So the president now is handling the whole matter, which under normal circumstances it should be within the confines of the auditor service. At least they have a board of director or the director in charge. So we are expecting under normal circumstances the director in charge should be doing what he's doing. But the unfortunate aspect is the man himself also failed to respect the first alert that was issued to him. The office of the president should be highly respected. It's not everything that the president has to jump in. Yeah, it shouldn't be that way. But the way we are handling it, it subjects the office to ridicule. People could just get up and say, "Oh, President Ukraine, why is he?" Which should not be the case. Meanwhile, he's even exercising his powers. So, in moving forward, we all need to look at it very well. That will not help us.
May I say? General Latif.
Yeah, also yeah.
General Lamin. Me should talk about also because this particular person we're talking about,
case of the Melevuana.
Mr. Ajimandia, okay. I think that during on the time of office, he was rather, employing foreign entities like foreign, like
KPMG.
Yeah, KPMG, Deloitte, etc. Say on Babe or they take way. Then he was even questioned. Say, now, Argentina, you being an auditor general, you have people under you. You have people working under you. Argentina, and what of fact go for upon things on there or they take way. What he was saying is the people working under him, they are incompetent. Mm-hmm. But I think that we talk about leadership by example.
That's right.
And when we talk about leadership, is trying to exert special influence into people. It's even when people under you, so education or more, they will come to understand the principles and the concept of the job. And this person, you know, he's one of the board members. Always be, I know there's kind of a banter. I want
between him and then.
Also, no, so what kind of album? Send also watching you.
Thank you so much, and then I'm very happy to see General Maazu today. I hope he's fine. The last time we didn't get him, and then in my community in New York City here, we have lost one of our big brothers, Sheikh Salim, who passed away in Kumasi today. We just want to express our condolences to our Yankasa community in New York City. And then secondly, with the brouhaha or the banter or the issue of Auditors General that the government or the president has decided that he should proceed on leave. I mean, when you look at the provision of the Constitution, the president appoints and disappoints. Fine. And then per the provision of the Constitution, before an Auditor General should be taken out, there's a procedure that is there that you have to use. With regards and consultation with the board members and stuff like that. I'm not disputing the fact that the president can say that, look, I can't work with you. But there's a scenario that Alhaji Gruza used to use when he was coaching people how to play football. He can have problem with you as a striker. But when you are going to score goal and you get angry and you are leaving the pitch, he will ask you, say, what do you go neko? That what it must say? Yeah. What do you go neko? Identity. Because the goal is the Auditors General Service and the job he's doing is to make sure, say, if there's any malfeasance, if there's any corruption, if there's anything that is a canker in the community, especially, he can bring all those into the public light. No, actually, move. So be a money and now I will beat me. We hear a Juma General Naya. What you mean, say, Wabua Ghana, I'm a Ghana. It's me. Enyas kabe $1 billion. Is it $1 billion Ghana or $1 billion? $1 billion dollars. Inti se papa yi yes adwuma na sen leave abekanwa. Woman in adwuma ni wie. I'm not begrudging the president for asking him to leave, but look at the job, the object of interest at that particular moment. Adwuma papa ne ye no. Wo boa. And na abai no so ka say wo no obai no, he's going to fight corruption. So who fight corruption? And you've gotten somebody who is fighting for corruption. Why do you ask him to leave? And then I'm sorry to say my condolences to MPP guys for the loss of Sir John. In fact, the contributions that Sir John has given to the political landscape of Ghana, you can minus it so far as the political dispensation of Ghana is concerned. So my condolences to MPP for losing a giant among their party, especially with the theory that he brought when we were young and were following whatever was going on, say, fear delegates. That term has come to stay because he made politicians to understand, look, fear those who are going to vote you. To the largest extent, to all those who are standing for any portfolio. Fear voters, fear electorates. What you do is what they are going to use to judge you. And then there's one problem in the political system in Ghana. Fault equivalency. All soldier aye boni. Inti meme ba boni ya all soldier aye no. Na makwaye. Se kasa ma aye boni ya me se oh. All soldier aye boni inti me ka all soldier de no e de epia me de. Well, Sadia na ye wo Ghana no emmoa ye yo politicians samute ya emmoa ye inti sa wo fomu a wafom. Ya se obi fomu a obi mfum obunkum ede ne. Obi mfum dwa. Dem say mama chi na ba na me ba me green tea na me boy. Inti wo ade wo se politician mo say Sadia ne say ya nyaya. Fault equivalency is now a canker in the Ghanaian politics in the current dispensation. Into Momo Modem from the president, whatever you do, it trickles down to vote. And you are playing in a game of numbers. Whatever is going on in Ghana, no will lose one person now. You are done, especially parliamentarians. Also, and then let me connect it to the fact that those who lost their incumbency as parliamentarians during the primary were disappointed and they were not coming to the parliament. It's so appalling that you were mandated, you sworn to serve the people of Ghana in parliament. You didn't say when you lose your incumbency, you won't come to parliament. People lost, and because of that, they decided not to come. Let's use the system in the United States. I will say we had 1 week. 1 week in a way, we pay check, it's based on the hours that you do. I think, sir, the parliament being a body to regulate for legislatures to make laws for Ghana, they should not decide. Sir, I will say we had for 1 week and a month we be 11,000. They should divide the money among the days that you come to work. Dana one man, yantin frim, and on the bebo Ghana, send a bear, you bet me again. Yenyeska, a savior boy, a month for. Into me, imagine kakra me one say, and this is what we can do so that we can regulate and discipline our politicians so that Ghana will move forward.
Thank you. That's a great presentation by General Lamine.
We are a general. How? Yeah.
Then let me move on to our combatants. What are you going to say?
Oh, so you have a now, sir.
You have a call here.
I do.
Well, come on here, you know, about we Auditor General Wasamana.
Okay.
Also, what you were saying, you said the president, you know, talking about, you know, Article 70, Article, I think, say 297, you know, or crimes of criminal discipline or near there. In the first place, you didn't say, a choir he was appointed, no. Me personally, I didn't like it those times, no.
How?
Because it was a transitional period. But and yeah, no asemprana ye can and yeah, no asemprana ye cano and neno.
Sir, okay, I will address that, no problem.
Oh, that when they perform like about
and I make us I will address that, no problem.
The main
Finish.
point there can say, send we know President Nkacha say he should proceed on his accumulated leave,
no, yeah.
And there's been
some
you know, give and take about to the point that they are making reference to a year if former president, late president Atta Mills.
Yeah.
And I think the current letters about out from the presidency, you know, they were quoting, say they didn't know, say this man, on him, say people working at the presidency, you know, they're supposed to proceed on accumulated leave and they are not doing it. It's the same reference that they are also making. They say rate of 1 star. And the same reference that they are making, they are also making reference of way into the same. So Obi, I had the wrong thing. I don't think that you should also have the right to do the same thing. And two mistakes doesn't make right.
Yeah.
But also presentation is it.
Thank you very much. Osoja, in chair Dika Michiao, and I'm a chair me co-panelist in Mazu. Akwaba. Michia Tiefuni, so I'm a chair DC USA Funina. Especially Dr. Lawrence Nachumaman Samuel. Okay, as some will be said, they will be said. Sir, we share what is going on now. Mathieu me co-panelist now. Concerning John, what do we call it? His name, Dumelevo case, you know. Dumelevo case, you know. Yeah. If you look at the whole thing now, maybe who say why Bonibia? So what they say? Yeah, from the one I appointed last, you said, Wabab rather he's trying to work so that we can save money, make sure say Enyema Kosu Yamae. And at this current government, so him say when he was coming to power, no, he told the whole world, he told Ghanaians and told the whole world, say he was coming to fight corruption. But also and he was coming to protect the public purse. That is why these two messages were some of the reason why, if you look at it, the floating voters, some of the floating voters in Ghana voted for him because of that. Because it was perceived that John Mahama and the NDC were corrupt. What they are saying? Because on one started here, messages are no manner. Everything of what Mahama did was, he was corrupt. Mahama is hospital or corrupt. So one double now, one triple or quadruple the figure. So what they are saying? That is the message he was giving to Ghanaians. Every project Mahama did, it was either double, triple, or quadruple by Akufo-Addo. At a point in time, you could remember, say, Kokuba Kukura Ekba out the question, say, also reach hospital, no? Mahama double no with the figure now. And they say Kokubaku Trahoy analysis with the minia, the okay there you are going too far. Many sure say what you are saying is true. So they are saying, into this government, we now expect to say you are coming to do something different. Even Mahama's one no ye projects na no ye obianim say sikana waje no busua na wabono or the ye projects amagana tumpon amagana corner nim to say America and the Western world. And all infrastructure projects that he put there give testimony say Ghana was going to move like the way America is today. You and I are here and can give testimony to that. And this Obiaba now office mami delve into this particular mami narrow no kakra but me person me mao to that. So what they say so yes Obia will check corruption there. Look at the way the job this man is doing. Or yeah Juma fine. But the only problem they say he was appointed by President Mahama. That's his first problem. He is perceived to be an NDC and a no nonsense man. Have you seen it? And he's fighting corruption and he's chasing one of his appointees who is Osafu Mafo, who has given $1 million to Crow Associates of no work done. This government is theirs is not corruption, theirs is broad day robbery and thievery. They loot from the state coffers and share for family and friends. Nani also as some make be aware of it. And you know, President Sunsu Yenim he clears them. I can give you instances several of them. And to this particular case, you know, it's in Supreme Court, of which Osafu Mafo is supposed to provide evidence to prove up to today he has not been able to provide anything, of which Dumelovo has been able to work out and sources a broad day robbery. President so what they say $800 million he was misled. Boacha Jaku is home. Have you seen it? Have you questioned yourself why Boacha Jaku is not working? The president said he was misled. And if I may ask, have you seen any serious country where a minister can negotiate a project in the name of a nation without the president's knowledge? Have you seen it before? The president said he was misled. So it means Boacha Jaku negotiated that contract alone. Are you getting what I'm trying to say here? From 510, which was seen as corrupt, a merry deal, moved to 101.25 billion, $800 million. And I know we are chedi. And to some way, he has been on the list of the president, finding a way for me to ooze him out. And then we, because then I also accumulated leave. Fine, we are president and you appoint. Fine. And then also, you president, since when has the president gotten the mandate? Say, oh sorry, we were appointees, and now you're employees, go and tell them, say, go, we leave us. Since when the president have that mandate? Say, we employees, so we leave us. And it's not nobody that Dumelovo. Somebody who is working very well, because you know very well that your own senior minister who is redundant, doing nothing, just looting from the state coffers for family and friends. And a case is in court. So you should proceed to, are you getting it? In any case, Sir Obi accumulated 100 and something years, not so on qua. Manishingwe. What how they say, President ni how they say was Adi Wu. Me na me see me colleagues no my bomb me de me why yeah Juma assume very good. Very good. Me yeah Juma assume me mai. Enti me nko ever ho ben. Ko leave. Okay ya nra. He left on 1st July, right? 2nd July, the one who was appointed has cleared Osafu Mafo of no wrongdoing. Osafu Mafo case, you know. Evidence. Oh, I'll give it to you right now. So, are you getting it? Let me proceed. He has been cleared by Nuama. Everyone said, Nidinu po the same. Yao Bibi Akuamwa. He is the deputy, the one succeeding Dumelovo. He has cleared. He said, Ose, Maminkan is quoted it for you. Also, on our document, you know. Osafu Mafo ndi for biada. So he should go. Ni who won't go free. Have you seen it? And you know, this thing was planned by the president. Akufo-Addo planned it with his people. Have you seen it? Immediately they try to make him move. They have been able to issue this. So what does that tell you? You see, Ghanaians we are not case. Have you seen it? As I sit here and I speak, the same way Ghanaians are thinking like the way we can think. They are not case. Have you seen it? Why is it that he assistant he just came to provide all evidence that Osafu Mafo has not done anything wrong?
Also, are you getting it?
So what they have done now, it was orchestrated by the president, and everything is clear for us to say it that way. It's the only problem I say he was appointed by Mahama and he's perceived to be an NDC. Into a Jumapao or near you a Manoko. And at the same time, president in this government is there for corruption. President in Ankasano, the center for breeding corruption is the Flaster House. 5321. We have President 5, Vice President 3, 2 minister and the deputy and now is there several of them. This is not corruption, this is broad day robbery. Are you getting it? So if you look at the whole thing, also just 1 minute. If you look at the whole thing right now, the president have made it clear to Ghanaians that all that we have been saying of him being a clearing agent is a fact, bare fact. Because as some way power went to me and I went down so that Munipano call leave or proceeded to leave. The following day, the one you appointed has been able to provide documents. Say Osafuma Fundifo was Akro Ghanaian behind him say Yagani, they have been thievery over there. Osafuma who stole the money. $1 million. Do you know what they can do to an economy? And these are the sort of people that are ruling our country. So if you look at the whole thing now, we keep on telling you this government. Let me sum it up with this. The presidency, the EC, and the Supreme Court, they can have their say. But the Yahweh God that we serve will have their way for Ghanaians come 7th December. No engineer register. Let me repeat that. No engineer register can keep this government, which is so corrupt, family and friends, looting from the state coffers for family and friends, can keep them in power. There is nothing that can keep them in power, no matter what they do. The engineering register that they want to compile, the good Lord will speak for Ghanaians. Let me end it there.
Yo, me da say, bra, what fire, or the Yankupon, Ashim, and Tapan and Sawokuan, and baby now to check again. I say, and Kuya, na, why injective principles to be. Yo, everyone, Yama. I've been trying to ban also.
Media, Mecca Kavedi can Medawase, Medati for Swase, and then all the co panelists and so Medawase for the wonderful submission. I think that we are all looking for the good of the country, and to me, that is the most important thing. Well, be it NDC, be it MPP, be it a neutral person, we are all interested in the success of the country Ghana, and that is what everybody is interested in. I think, sir, when we look at the law, as it's been put out there by this renowned people, the president was within his right to exercise that power. And the president can appoint and then disappoint. And looking at the constitution, he can do it. Right. So, according to the law, yeah, he's right. But the other side of it, we look at the political expediency, the timing and everything. And I think that we are looking at a time where now ethnic issue has become an issue in Ghana. And then there are other political things that are going on, which to me probably would have looked at it from a different perspective. That notwithstanding, I will leave it like that. Because sometimes there is always something that you can do. And there's always something that it's better to leave, it's preferred to be done. My main cancer. And I will leave it like that. Then I would also go to the issue of sometimes how the Auditor General not react to certain things. I think that some of these things, say when you as a new papa a issue now about one thing now or kind of bully what kind of bully out to your dad. Sometimes papa a bit man will say the all kind of sebio but because of the way you've said it, then I will also react in the way that you also said it. And it's so unfortunate, sir, even with the letter that was sent to him, it was stated, I think the last paragraph, it was stated, say, since you did it in the public light, we'd have to also send you a reply in public light. Which to me is it shouldn't have been like that. I think that the Auditor General should have nicely written a letter to the seat of the president and addressing his issues out to him. And then the same way, if the president sees into what he's saying, maybe one for one reason or the other, maybe a say the same. If per that way, no, when you're okay with that, then you have to either go to court or you want to come to the court of public opinion, and then the public will be able to do justice to that. But based on what you have done, no, and money a big thing, say it be because it's like I said, you are looking out for a political play, because already you said there's a political tension or a tribal political tension that is going on, and then if people see say you want to exploit that, then everybody want to also take sides. Then it's like, I mean, take his side. The NPP also takes side. The NDC also takes side. And then the people who also want to operate on tribal lines also take sides, which is not good for the country. And think at least in homework, then when it comes to public of court of public opinion, then people will also say okay, then we are say another way say. And see, I think that much of the thing
we have a court of public opinion.
Yes.
Then we have the court of
law.
Yes. Two things. Yeah.
The court of public opinion will judge you on the voting day. Because also, you see, Asamoah Okahene is very perfect for every Ghanaian to say. But he said, only Accra president in the car said, on proceed on leave. And rule 1 week. Now, Johnson Akuamwa Asiedu, who is the acting attorney general, now says he has not seen an iota of fault. An iota of fault from the job of the sacked Auditor General, so far as the $1 million has to do with Osafoma for what you had. Scenario, if you want to dramatize it, it looks like the president actually asked him to leave so that he will bring his person, and then the person will exonerate Osafoma. If you are standing aside, also that, and then the last time I catch out say, House of War baby say, Suguni neye kamada kashi. Say wonam kwan so na sa hu so obi akoto a na sa ukona obi bisa say yesi obi ane okwan ho a the first thing abeba wutiri ne hwan onu akra hu say no wote kwan ho a wakoto,
which could be true, which will not
no eno na make no ese. That is the meaning of ese. It's a similitude of the fact that it could happen. Until when you connect the door, the guy has been asked to go, and the next day the acting comes, and then he says the problem that he saw for the $1 million doesn't even exist. It doesn't say anything wrong.
I want to hold on. I mean, General Mazu not on answer with my say, or if you have any idea about it.
Which one?
The one who is acting now has exonerated Osafoma. Okay, maybe we'll leave it for another day so that we can talk about it.
Mr. Osoja, let me.
Do you want to touch on it?
Just briefly.
Okay.
We have huge listeners. People who are out there listening to us. We only have an advantage that Adinkra FM has extended to some of us to come and articulate certain political orientation regarding national issues. We should not in any way try to mislead the public. Ghana, in the first place, we are running an executive presidency. We have parliamentary system of governance, and we have executive system of governance. In our case, we are running an executive system of governance. Number two correction that I want to make. A lot of the time, people make submission as if it is Akufo-Addo who has drafted this current constitution. They make point as if it is Akufo-Addo who sat down and drafted this 1992 constitution. NDC most of the time accuse the MPP for even boycotting the Constitutional Consultative Assembly that drafted this constitution. You think somebody who has spent almost his entire life on two issues, legality and politics, that is what he has inherited from his house, will come within this period to rain down all what he has come to do. Akufo-Addo is acting within the law. Any individual who feels that his right has been trampled upon, the best place to go to seek for remedy is to run to the court. Another issue that I want us to take note of is that once we have teeming number of people who are listed to us, more educated and intellectual than us, we have what we call precedents. Precedents are also done either in politics or in law. Which is why, in any case, when you see a case that has been done, for whom here? Very good. When a case is when a case goes to court, also the judge, why arbitrating court case, sometimes I have to stop when you finish. Just give it to him so that I'll continue, because sometimes it distracts him. Very good. Perfect. Can I continue now? Also, you tell me, so we a judge A who could sit on case. Na sa case and come mamia. We have what we call judicial review. These are something that this is basic thing. You need to know this. We have what we call judicial review, and then we have what we call precedence. So if somebody has acted that way and then make reference to the fact that we know the ugly nature of our politics in Ghana. Today, you should expect that I should blame the Auditor General. You should expect that, especially coming from the background of the MPP. You should expect that I should blame the Auditor General. But what you should take into consideration is whether what I'm saying carries weight or not. Whether what I'm saying is genuine or artificial. The Auditor General should have known that it is mandatory on any civil servant to embark on leave.
Yes,
Mr. Osoja, yes, 1 minute, please, 1 minute. My young, yes, sometimes I say young correct here.
It's about the time.
Yes,
it's about the time.
We don't know.
Once they finish, and I turn them off, they agree.
Excuse me, please.
Yeah.
Please. I've said they are making points so that the listeners can get it very well. You see,
understand you
we don't know at the end of the day.
What I'm saying is,
so I should end.
No.
Okay, no problem.
No, understand. But what I'm saying, we are going with timings. So
which is why I say, excuse me. But if you can't grant me, then it's not a problem.
Yo, ebusia for Facebook. Adolfo bia church or bibia ba Tony Bob. Or say Mr. Martin Amidu and many others supposed to go on leave. The problem, Mr. Domelevo have exposed all deals. And yes, sister Regina AC was three or six was three and I'll say yes, I agree with your point.
I don't know.
Regina AC, I'll say I agree with your point, but the issue is our system does not allow for privatization of certain departments, such as there is no accountability in the system due to the fact that the individuals who can hold our people accountable for it goes on and on. Honorable Vincent Oji is watching, General Ike is watching, and Robin, whom I saw say, in fact, the NATO is asking Domelevo to go on leave. It's a planned agenda. This is clear that the NATO is I said, how can I go on leave in the middle of exposing the criminals in his government? The phone lines are also open. You can call in to contribute at 917-340-7744. 917-340-7744. Yeah, Mr. Latif, now
I have an addition to make concerning the same issue. Everything is centered on the law. I was expecting the presidency, especially the sitting president with a background in law, to respect the clause, which is the provision in the Labor Act 5651/27 clause 1 that says upon going on leave, you're supposed to notify the person at least 30 days. In Domelevo's case, he was just given 9 days to proceed on leave. Probably there might be other reasons, but I expected the president or the executive to respect this labor clause.
May that say?
Yeah.
May that say? Yo, now I want to start with Ofayao. What I'm going to start with you.
No problem.
Electoral Commission, we know all what is going on, the brouhaha, like when you go to polling stations and some you see only are there. Do you think, say, it's the right thing for the EC to proceed in the voters registration and now say you still stand on your ground, say we could have suspended it.
Okay.
Nankayen on a later ground. And you know what is your take?
Nankayen on a later ground. Say
yeah.
Next year now.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay.
And you know we're talking about the positive side and the negative side.
Thank you.
To what we are seeing on the ground.
Yeah.
Because there are some polling stations. Listen, electoral commission should be an independent body.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you see some people cooking.
Yeah.
Which belong to a specific party and go and give food. Say we know say they've been standing till like from 5 a.m. which is not your concern, and we know all what is going on. There are some places they're using party cars to transport electoral commission.
Yeah.
And you know what is your take?
Thank you very much.
4 minutes.
4 minutes, Okay, thank you very much. You see, when you ask, I want to address something he raised. There should be something judicial or something. You see, the question what the bone of contention here today is about this thing. The man just living on the first second, your appointed person have been able to tell Ghanaians say Onu who Bonibia about what Domilovo was talking about. Have you seen the whole thing now? When that thing is going to save us money. Okay, Major, let me go.
I just want us to go
straight. Okay. I wanted to address something. That's why Major, I've left it.
Thank you.
So with the EC, as I said from the beginning, day one, and that is what majority of Ghanaians wanted it to be. About 75% Ghanaians are saying we don't need new register. We should go by the old one. But the EC, the government, Akufo-Addo, and then the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court are telling us that we need a new register because they are trying to redefine our citizenship to us. The government, Akufo-Addo, the EC, Jamensa, and the Supreme Court judges, they are now redefining what our citizenship should be. And that is what has sent us to be compiling a new register now. Had it not been that, we are not supposed to do anything. Look at this pandemic. Look at the crisis now. Look at some people, Adinkra, having corona and moving around centers, spreading it. One of his campaign team members is dead from the corona. Do you know the number of people that he has given the corona to when he was moving through the centers? Are you getting it? So in effect, this current government is thinking about, why do you think about politics? You wanted to skill your way and then maintain power. You don't think about the life of the people. Are you getting it? That is what is going on in this government, in our country. Yari say usin kofonko kill no munko ye new register. We will register. You as president. Usi no ye ECOWAS register. Then deny, resign and tell us president bill. He says register now. It is known as ECOWAS register, but it's the same ECOWAS register that brought you into power, and you keep on telling people that you won by 1 million votes. TC with the NDC. We said fine, you beat us by 1 million. We lost. We won election with the same register. You lost. We lost. We are going for the next one. Win, loss, win. Is that not it? Let's go and face it now, so that now beat us with 2 million votes. Have you seen it? 1 million now BT and you see that unprecedented. And yes, you come with the same register now beat us with 2 million because we have done a good job. You said we are coming to protect the public first. You have done it well. Ghanaians are seeing it. $800 million where we are on your friend a lot of cases.
Yeah, I want us to stick to the
yes, I'm building into it. If you look at it because I'm telling you the doors 4 minutes in norm, so but I'll limit it. So also the whole thing is so we now the agenda also plan is register is an engineered register they want to do. They want to use Kululu at all means to maintain power. Yes, one go for free. Ashanti region, want to be is busing people from Ashanti region to Central region to go and register so that they will vote. They say someone who say MPs, your baby or your vote in a swing, a balance into a crab a top or need seat, what they are saying, so that it will go advantage of the government. Have you seen it? So at the end of the day, so we have more in parliament. The EC can easily declare Akufo-Addo as the president, the one who won the presidency. What they are saying, these are some of the things we are hearing, and it is true. Only on social media. So what they are saying, yes, so many ya chibi okumase, ya dibia ba Accra, ya dibia ko Central region. Why should it be like that? Now, EC machine, you register nipa 5 and I jump to 200, I jump to 75. So our numbers now is every, and we have seen it say it's on record that this particular company no man employ no.
You don't have anything to prove. Say.
I'm coming. They have seen it is on record that several companies bid for that job, but they selected this one because these people are known for rigging election for people. This company no Makofaba.
Some of these things we shouldn't be allowed.
Please, we have evidence. We have everything. We have please don't no. I don't let me make my I have the floor now. I have the floor.
Yeah, you have to
listen. Yes. No, Master. Whatever I say here, I have it. That is why I talk. Nobody should. Please.
No, please.
It is known on record that Sankofoyo or Makofa Mono. They have that kind of so what they say. It won't be some saying Kayanko so and wow. There is no need for people coming out. Already, Ghana Medical Association issue. He said, if the pandemic, the corona should increase, they should hold the EC and the government responsible. Now, how are you telling people if you are really using your conscience? Will you ask people to go and queue? And then go and register for a voter's ID when we have registered that is credible. You said it that 99 something correct, credible.
Look at
somebody telling somebody. Look at all this. We have never seen a symbolic government like the type we have. Come 7 December. Ghanaians will keep
offer. I admire your mental adventure.
Yeah. Sometimes your presentation is great, but if it's based on because
there is nothing I say here that is not.
No, offer, please.
There is anything. Let them quote me.
Offer.
You see,
I am ready for everything. There is nothing I say here that is not.
Yes.
Let's move on.
Also, this is what I'm just. I was going to say the same thing that I admire the way. Hold on. When you were talking, nobody talked.
But you better discuss it after our program. No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The time is no.
Yes, it's true.
The other last week,
listen. No, listen. Oh, you have said. You see, nobody is in total disputing everything that you said. Okay. Also,
go my directives. Why? Maybe I want to say. We know what is going on.
Yes.
Is it this man Adinkra
who Carlos
Adinkra like say onya corona nibi.
That's right.
He end up going out debating with people
and hugging people.
And I think the president has done a very good job on 13 consecutive times that he has addressed the nation.
Yeah.
He has always spoken
about the
protocol. On the channel. So we share executive instrumental or use even not even wearing a face mask
it was a crime, they said it.
Imprisonment.
Yes.
A fine of 4,000 up to 10,000 and it can send you to prison. And you're talking about a member of parliament who is also a deputy minister.
Yes.
Going to the point say you didn't care. And I will share about you don't experience social distancing. One being a concerned citizen,
yes.
Do you think US different? And I buy your chromosome, people passing people from one village to the next village in order to balance the equation, it really doesn't really make no sense. I think the last week, we did talk about a delegating quite able to bribery say open to say hasi and can do it. Maybe we take saying you have 5 minutes.
Yes, also that but kakrebi I can before say make be mini kwabi anytime you making a presentation, your hypothesis must be true. I'm not disputing what I saying, but if you say there's a discrepancy but with the registration that is going on where numbers shut up and you don't give us a specific constituency, a specific registration center that the whole thing happened, I beg to differ. That is what I said the other time. We should try as much as possible to make sure any hypothesis that we're going to make must be true. in other words, must be backed by facts and figures. Offer, please. Let me land. Now, let's go on the generality of the registration. You remember, I was one of the guys who argued that one of the reasons why Jim Mensah, the Electoral Commission, should have used the old register is COVID-19. It looks as if Ghana, we have not taken COVID-19 seriously. Me and you, those of us who are here, I want listeners and viewers to listen. Before we came here, we were in our mask. Anytime we come here, they give us sanitizers to clean ourselves. And all the precaution is just because of the discussion that you see us like that. So, Ofayao, one, a research has already shown that if somebody is positive and then he sneezes, he emits about 200 million virus. 200 million virus, according to Dr. Gwarzo from Nigeria. So you see, as also the host has given us, this is what we have been doing. We're trying to keep ourselves healthy so that we will maintain the protocol that has to do with this. Look, my friends, one, the primaries that they did, after the primaries, the coronavirus cases in Ghana shot up. Now, with the registration, as I'm talking to you, instead of we having dwindling or curbing the curve, it is going up. It's more than 20,000 now. I don't know what is going to happen by Monday. So now, also, this is why the doctors, the Association of Doctors, or a group of doctors, and then clergy in Ghana, and all those who have the view that we should suspend this thing and wait another time when we don't have a situation of pandemic that is, in other words, bringing the whole world into its knee to do all this. Look at what is happening. You see how people queue to go and register? It was bumper to bumper. Also, bumper to bumper. So if something happens now the next day and COVID goes up, it means the government is failing. Why? Because Nana has been able to come and do a presentation as to how people should stay and make a distance, make sure they wash their hands, and make sure that they follow the protocol. Are we following the protocol? And then comes to Carlos. Carlos, for the first time, has been very honest. At least he was able to say, this is what has happened. Actually, I proved positive, and then I won the primary, I went to register. He told the truth. And when the whole thing came to the government's helm of affairs, he decided to resign. That is enough punishment. The fact that he's taking himself out is enough punishment for all parliamentarians who proved positive and they asked them not to come, should quarantine themselves, so that you serve it as an example for Ghanaians to understand that corona is real. Look, I'm telling you, we in New York here, in fact, we saw people we know who passed away from corona. But looks as if Ghanaians, Ghana fortune say corona no ye some ntrobi na ye denama ye kan. Masa corona mpaso sa o hwamia. Anyan kwantom pobi na obi abetwa wo. Corona ye real na enya wan na obehu say corona wo ho because they say mpense mu a kire say corona wo ko hwa bi na ewuro wo mu a etimi ko hye wutrim wa dwene timi hye etimi ko hye yes etimi ko hye wo yam. Now your innards, your kidney, anything. Per the research that had been done, look, if you breathe, you release about 20 pieces of coronavirus. If you sneeze, you release 200 million virus.
What?
200 million. If you sneeze. 200 million. So it's not a joke. This doctor from Nigeria, Dr. Gwarzo, came out and told the people of Nigeria, look, we have to be careful. This is a virus that you cannot see it even under microscope. They have to bring laser microscopes for you to see them. So it's not a joke. And yeah, dear, when you intime pamucho, yeah, mobia, ya wahanum dear. Nipane to say, you know, New York City, among 4 to say about 40,000, almost about 40,000 people died out of this disease. Intime pamucho.
5 minutes, 2 seconds. Honorable Mazu.
Yeah, also.
You're on the floor.
I don't mean you can see even the virus can be seen. It's shadow. under the laser.
Yo, Honorable Mazu, Pacho, you're on the floor. You also cover with Electoral Commission, yeah, also about the registration or Senate also.
So far, the issue of the legitimacy of the EC to conduct the new voter register has been defeated. So, whether the EC has the capacity or not, we graduated from that. The next point of action is online, is the registration that is going on. So far, so good. I mean, I have seen a lot of videos that the former president himself, who hinted to that, has admonished members of his party. They have embarked on needless demonstration to the extent that the end of it all, I sat here and advised them, if they had taken my political advice for free service, we wouldn't have gotten to where we are now. They embarked a demonstration in Tamale, they replicated it in Kumasi, they went to Accra. I told you, it was a journey towards absurdity. At the end of the day, they resorted to the court. Right here, I sat here without any legal knowledge. I was able to tell you exactly what the court is going to decide on. And truly, it came to pass. That one is put aside. You see, my good friend Wafayao, I want you to try to be a politician rather than a political rabble-rouser. It is not helping us. Political discussion, at the end of the day, we don't know where we are ending. People, millions of people are listening to us. Our political communication send a lot of signal to people who are watching us. I don't know whether after each program, Wafayao normally sit down and watch himself the way he throw out his arms. We're not fighting here. It is, permit me to quote.
No, but please,
Doctor,
I understand you, but let's go to the substance.
Yes, I'm going to the substance. No, I'm going to the substance. Permit me to quote.
Criticize anybody, or maybe
no, I'm not criticizing anybody.
Once we finish, we can deal with
that. I am not criticizing anybody. Yeah. Dr. K. Ebuzia of the blessed memory ever said that in the game of political discourse, it is only words and not bullets that flows. What this is trying to tell us is that our political communication should come with decency and decorum. You made a very scandalous allegation to the effect that Wuntumi is passing. One of my chairman in Ashanti region is passing people from Ashanti region to Central region. For what purpose? Central region, they have almost 21 seats. NDC had only 2 seats there. So why are people taking from Ashanti region to Central region?
Well, I think he's entitled to what he's saying, because he is making a presentation about the EC, and that's what he has seen about it.
Yeah.
So my point is, let's just attack the substance. That is his presentation.
Yeah.
So whatever he says, that is up to him.
He should go and check.
He is responsible, but you see, we all do it. There are certain times you do something.
You correct me then. We have, you see, I tell you, also, have you seen the please. Let's, you see, we are doing decency here, please. You see, also, I don't know whether I am deviating from, because I have done this thing for more than 10 years in my life. No, take your time, please. No, also, you see something.
Please, that is not your time.
I know.
Please, that's not your. When you have your time.
So what he's trying to say, let him know that you have seen the video, so many videos.
But what I'm saying
is, he's not that way. He's pretending.
He's making his submission, and I think you don't have the right.
So what I said.
So when you were speaking, you think I couldn't have said something
because of what he was saying. What I said is wrong. Meanwhile, I sent the video to also that. So he's pretending he doesn't know.
You sent it to me.
I didn't send it to you, but he's aware.
Who is aware?
So don't tell me what I said. No, it's not true.
This is logic, Mr. Osoja. Central region that you accused Wuntumi of bashing
I didn't say Central region. I said you were doing it across.
But you mentioned
across board.
specifically
No, it's across board. We are doing it across board.
Okay, across board. But you mentioned, I am addressing where you mentioned. When
I even send videos to.
Oh, you see, sometimes, well,
I don't want. You see that when he's talking, I don't talk. But just that this one, the way he started by saying as if I'm telling lies. I'm not telling lies.
Please.
Should I go?
Yeah, continue.
All right. Central region. The number of seats.
Listen, this is politics.
No, I mean, nobody is. Sometimes,
I should understand that Mazu is better in doing all this introduction than me.
No, I know. That's why I don't do it. But when he started by making he's submission started as if what I said doesn't even come in at all.
Okay,
that is why I want to come in.
Please go
That's the evidence I can show you. So many videos and stuff.
Go on.
All right. Like I keep on saying, we have countless number of people out there who are listening to us. I wouldn't allow my credibility and integrity to fall. My chairman, the chairman of MPP, every single week, his eyes are on the ball watching for us. For people like Wofayao, who dwell on propaganda and deceit, something like this, you can say somebody is passing people from Ashanti region to Central region where we have total dominance. They have 21 seats. Out of that, NDC has only 1 seat. So why? There's no sense in what you're saying. Having established that, you see, now the registration exercise that is going on. What we need to know also is that as a country, Ghana, we should all be willing to see Ghana progressing.
Yes.
But all this thing is expected. You know, the hula baloo, ugly politicization of issues will definitely surface because of desperation. People who have not believed that they can lose power. That is why they are doing this. You see, if NDC as a political party were wise enough, this register, they should have given it a blessing. Having embarked on all those things, at the end of the journey, they went to Supreme Court. The Supreme Court threw everything to the dustbin. Now, I have seen a lot of them coming out with statements telling, energizing Ghanaians to go and vote again. Fine. The registration is going on. You know what is going on, Mr. Osoja?
Tell me.
God. The partition of Africa, for that matter, balkanization is the result of all this problem that we are having. We still have certain tribes that the political boundary have divided them along into 2 countries. You can find Moses people in Ghana and at the same time in Burkina Faso. Yeah. You can find Ewes in Volta region at the same time Togo. Yeah. You can see Wangaras at Ghana around Wenchi, and you can still see them at Ivory Coast. The same thing when you look at the Horn of Africa, take the map of Africa and see the division. Please also just allow me before I land, I exhaust my time. All the countries in North Africa are Arabians. Egypt speak Arab, Algeria the same thing, Morocco, Tunisia. These are Arabs. It is only the balkanization of Africa that divided them into countries, right? Now, an Arab from Egypt cannot say because he speaks Arab, he can go and register his name in Algeria. Simply because I'm Arabian. Is that? It's not tenable. We are not, the government is not gagging anybody from registering. The people of Ghana who elect their president should be allowed to register. We have Moses who are Ghanaians. We have Votarians who are Ghanaians. Votarians that are Ghanaians should be allowed to be in the voter register. Votarians who are in Togo should go and dwell in Togo. How many Votarians have left Togo? Ghana went to Togo to do register. In every single francophone country, there's what they call, they are far ahead of us in terms of issuing ID card. They are far ahead of us. You can't go to Cote d'Ivoire and start roaming like people are roaming in Ghana here simply because you speak or you speak Bengali. No, it's not possible. They have streamlined their. Why are people not in agreement that we should streamline our own country? Because of mischief and political desperation. NDC minority in parliament went to Ketusaf, held a press conference, issuing out unnecessary threat to the government, giving government an ultimatum. The ultimatum has passed. What can they do? They can go for go. Let's live in peace. There's nothing you can do. The issue is not anything against Voltarians. It is something that has to do with citizens of Ghana. Register period. If you are voter region and you belong to Togo, go and stay there.
Yo.
They have given an inaccurate statistical analysis. The government has deployed soldiers around the regions. Voter region received 98 soldiers. Northern region received 110. Northeast region received 102. Upper East region received 69. But these people went and told the whole people that it is only in voter region that the government has sent soldiers.
Thank you.
What hypocrisy is this?
General Amin. No, Latif.
Also, yeah.
We're still talking about the voters register.
Yeah.
And say, near Air Kosuna. I think say a country like Zambia, they postponed their registration to somewhere in November. You can find out. And I'll send back maybe and say, what does the Electoral Commission have in place for those who cannot go back and register? Because there are people here, all the borders are closed. Because all the borders are closed, they will not have the chance, the opportunity to go and register in Ghana. What does the EC have in place for those people? That's number one. And number two, I think the GMA says it's a breeding ground for people to get, infected. I think say this man, Collins Dowda, he was pepper sprayed. And sometimes, when I'm using the word, say like Ghana is a joker, I really know what I'm talking about. You say Fanti4, Nipabako, and the Kodifa, and you're from Fanti4. It does not mean say every politician I know is corrupt. It does not mean say a politician like Mazu is doing the right thing. But since most people are doing it, that is the way you can categorize them. Talking about military people that they were sent, let me tell you, the police are to maintain peace and order in the country. The military are to provide territorial integrity against foreign aggressors. That is the duty of the military combatants. Okay? So at the end of the day, customs and immigration, in my life, I did business and I used to go through Boko, me cross over and cross Sanka, Sedapango, Mango, Kante, Lamandikara. I used to go to Burkina, ya cross over and Yeko. In the Sunday we Janamazu here in presentation, it's very true, it's very accurate. Say, a sister border. Into how do you put it? But and yet the duty or the job of the military. Because number one, I was listening to our hub on Kofi TV. We are not in a fight. There's no coup d'etat. There's no country that is attacking Ghana. People who are crossing. And when people are crossing now, immigration, any customs, what is their duty? What are their responsibilities? So okay, Kroma say, Emra demonstration because President Kanso be use military, people were against it. Okay? Because the military, once you are authorized to kill, you have to kill. It's about a command. It doesn't matter I'm right or I'm this. It's about the military law, which has section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4. Latif, election was a means. So I will share Collins Dowda, yes, prepare the Gunim, no Kakahonia, the Dayano. And you're right to say, yes, say, on mine, and as a politicians, it take things into their own hands. I brought police for your moment, must say, or yes, Edmano. Patterson maybe so.
Also, once again, may I say for this opportunity. FR registration, I think the numbers or turnout has been very positive, and I really want to commend Ghanaians for coming out in their numbers to register. My only issue with them is the circumstances or related happenings. For instance, in Aswanse, we had a report that states that students from Asanteman Secondary School were being sent to register, which created a lot of confusion. And at some point in time, it took the intervention of the MP, Honorable Mubarak, as per the report, to prevent the young boy from being arrested or being beaten. And I think that is not proper for our students to engage into such activities. If you know you are not in a given constituency, it's not proper to accept to be influenced to go and register. There was another issue at Vota or in the Vota region where equipments of the EC were seen in MPP's vehicle or MPP's campaign car, which ignited confusion. People had to intervene. My question is, if you are spending so much into this process, the issues should be well resourced in terms of logistics, so that there will not be issue of EC finding its items or the items of EC in the vehicle of one of the competitors of that election, knowing how keenly this very election is. Another issue of this same controversies or misunderstanding took place in Ewutu Senya East in our Kumsin's constituency. That is the Minister for Special Initiative. She was spotted at the place to give out food items or food to the people that were around to register, and that resulted in a series of misunderstandings. A fight broke up. Somebody's head was hurt, or he got hurt, or is severely injured.
I think that was in Kaswa, right?
That was in Kaswa.
Yeah.
The constituency is under Ewutu Senya constituency east. So I keep asking myself, elections shouldn't get to that extent. This is mere registration. You know who you are going to vote for, so it doesn't have to be resulting into a fight. I want to use this platform to appeal to politicians. This is not the time for campaigning, because once you get to the registration site, people will start raising meanings to your presence, and already there are other people who are even waiting for such kind of opportunity to start confusion.
But
Carry your
my brother, you know it is allowed for political party representatives to be there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not allowed, but what we're trying to say, in order to calm the situation, at least such key people, like for instance, if you see Hawa Kumsin, knowing her pedigree or a
Minister of State,
at least people will start raising meanings to that.
Equally, her opponent in the contest could have also been there, so that they can, you see. Well,
what I mean is, I do understand you very well, but we are all calling for calm.
Calm, exactly.
So as part of making sure there is sanity, we'll expect them to channel their support through the right people. At least their agents are there. The Angolo boys too are there.
Yeah.
But once I see your presence, I might even conclude, our Kumsin is there with certain things. She's gonna do this. We've spotted this in her car.
Yeah.
That is not the right thing.
Exactly.
And we are appealing to the people, our fellow Ghanaians who are partaking in this exercise. This exercise is not do or die affair. Just comport yourself and strictly adhere to the COVID-19 protocols. I've seen places where people go there to queue as early as 9 p.m. ahead of the following day, which is not fine. I don't know what kind of... We still have time for this exercise. Others were spotted, pregnant women, which shouldn't be the case. I learned there's a provision where a pregnant woman and the aged who assess the web
disability
and be able to print out the Form A, as they call it, to do the process. So we are appealing to them to follow the directive of the EC. Don't go there as a pregnant woman, spend the whole night waiting for the next day to register. On the issue of Collins Dowda, who was pepper sprayed, it's very unfortunate. Politics shouldn't get to that extent. We need to accord our leaders the maximum respect.
Wrap it up.
The security forces ought to do the right thing. The mere fact that today is MPP, and for that matter, you want to do certain things to please them, don't forget that MPP is not going to be in power forever. Likewise, if it's NDC that is in power, the security agencies, like we keep saying, we need to come out with reforms that will make sure they are separated from state influences. I think when that is done, some of these occurrences will not be seen again.
May I say?
Yeah.
May I say? All right.
Now, the submission will go straight to the use of the military for the registration purposes. And I said the use of the military on the boundaries of our country, Ghana. Also, the problem about Ghana has to do with precedence. Now, the issue of Ghana, I'm saying the military was used. Nobody complained about it. Now, the issue of any route to be a basic Ghana, the military is used. I remember even in the...
So let me quickly interject so that you can move on. The point is the police are to maintain peace and order in the country, but in a situation where the police are not able to contain the situation, the military are called in. So it is only when the police they don't have the manpower, then they will come in. And also, I think that it's a very perfect idea. It's about the timings. Yes. We are not talking. I'm not talking as a politician.
The issue of so many instances in Ghana, we have used the military. Now the issue of coronavirus, when we wanted people to be in their various houses, the military was used. And in fact, there was no route in Ghana. No problem was in Ghana, but the military was used. So the question is why? Also, with time, they said the police in Ghana has lost its respect. They don't have enough logistics. They don't have the capacity to attend to certain issues. Obama had in the US, when the route came, they had the police. They had almost everything that they needed. And then they had the National Guard in addition to the police. Ghana, what do we have? So the police were ill-equipped to handle the issues of even normal civilian affairs. The bringing of these military...
I think... Okay, just go ahead. Go ahead.
The issue of bringing the military into the affairs of the normal issues. Now, normal.
But so, the police are doing a good job. Just to tell you, the police are doing a good job.
No, I'm not saying that the police are not doing any good job.
No, because you're using about logistics, inefficiency. Sana, what can I just say? Police, no, I think that, what can I say? They are not fully equipped.
Yes.
You've not been in the police force before.
These are. I'm not saying that.
You are against it, but when someone is presenting,
please. It's allowed. It's allowed. It's
realistic in Ghana.
What's happening on me force? Also, not something on me force. As someone Kobe Kai and Wong Ghana. You more ding so ding. Huh? Say a Cassia Bibia. A posty for you more. But you can say soldier ni eba. Because soldier ni no no training I don't know. What you are what some wine.
What the heck? Kotokone has match bia maya ya family dream rep.
That's right.
Opa Obia nembe ya dwen. Kumasi Sports Stadium. Accra, it has always been like that. Only military back up, it is enough.
That's it.
To make the place very peaceful. And you say, yeah, cause yes, I'm not the police to the level where they can take absolute control over every civil issue that will rise in Ghana. Then the political people will always take advantage of them, the military, to do whatever they want. Because in this case, no, Obia Kasa tier MPP right now, people will raise eyebrows because there are other instances that the military was used. But be the NDC, be the MPP. And the fine, we are saying that the military went to the borders and then it raised problems and whatever. I don't want to go there because the moment you take sides, then people will tag you with any of the political parties. But my point has to do with say, let's equip the police enough. You know, the police is well equipped. And when you are bringing the issue of Nabili, people can talk against it.
That's right.
And in fact, the police and the National Guard were inadequately equipped, and they were able to handle the issue that came up. Ghana, to me, they can handle the issue. We are all like,
we have deficit in that.
That is the point. Intimate sermon. Let's equip the police. And the do point there, we can say that these services, what be the military, be it the police service, be it the immigration, and then they are well equipped to be able to handle this issue. Maybe submission.
Yo, me da say. What I am?
Yes, sir.
Me 3 minutes.
Okay.
But you already me time on so.
Made so. May start on. Okay, in order to start, say military for now, they call what do you call it? Diploma for this registration exercise. Do you know the reason why they did all that? You see, before this compilation of this register, they were. I want him to listen. I'm addressing what he said too. They made their mind say some people said there are some tribe in Ghana that are not Ghanaians, and mostly they targeted the Votarians. We heard it from TK Hammond that if some people are in Votarigi and they are from Togo, and since when have we heard this in it? You see the comment that the man made. Yes, KT Hammond. That comment, that is tribal comment. Who told you that those living in Ketu South are not Ghanaians? And then he went to the extent by saying, 2008, now Kufuor lead by 100,000 votes. But second round, when they counted the Ketu South, less than 100,000 votes. But when the second round came, Ketu South voted about 60,000. When we went and check and make reference,
the increase that your claim was 100,000.
100,000, thank you. When we went and make reference, it was even he told a lie, a blatant lie. When you check Bantama, the first round and the second round, they almost double their number. Have you seen it? They went around, and this is the reason why they are calling for compilation of new register. And now some people in Ghanaians, you heard what the chief of Aflao said. He organized a press conference. He said if the government is having that idea that people in Aflao are not Ghanaians and they are from Togo, he should come and they should make sure they do their what? Senate mechanical. Making sure somebody make you cross check here. Now no ne mano, ware 2, 3, 4. Remember ni bitimi ware 2, 3, 4. Nti omo dosun. Remember one man is not entitled to one woman in Aflao area. A man can marry 2, 3. Nti so omo dosun a enu nkyere say be free Togo. That is the press conference the chief told them. So if the government is bringing military to come and attack them, then they should get ready. When the people get annoyed and they start attacking them, they are coming to sign their death warrant. That is what the chief said. Have you seen it? Because it was too much. If you look at a young lady, the way the immigration officer brutalized the lady with bruises and all stuff. You see the whole thing now. So this brouhaha about the whole thing is that the MPP Akufo-Addo government is trying to tell some people in Ghana that they are not Ghanaians. And what they are saying is false. If you go to, let me tell you, in Ashanti, if you want to go into history, the Baoulés in Cote d'Ivoire, they have a relationship with Nzimas and the Ashantis. Even we have part of the Ashantis that have names in Cote d'Ivoire, Kwame, Kwesi and stuff. Have you seen it? Are you saying that those people don't come here and go? Have you seen it? So in effect, if you look at the whole about the whole thing, TK Hammond cry, nyame na so ni mo, e ye duro na che no. Won say fina no buy. It's because of that they are compiling the register. Nyame na catch say, the reason why you want to compile the register to Ghanaians. And Okokan say, we for no more Ghanaians. After the offer, no be denying. This is the reason why they were calling for compilation of new register. But the same people, let me land. The same
2 minutes.
Okay, 2 minutes. But Akufo-Addo has forgotten that the same people voted for him and he won 1 million votes. You are saying that those people are no more Ghanaians. What are you talking about? You see, he's trying to bring division. As soon as he took power, he wanted to change everything. Kufuor was in power. He never did that. You came and you want to tell us that we should even rewrite our history. Kwame Nkrumah is not the one who attained independence for us. It is JB Dankwa who had independence for us. That is Akufo-Addo. And this is well known by everybody.
On Facebook,
but God, I said it already.
On Facebook, AC Blankson or say kudos to your panel. And here from Blankson, or say kudos to your panel. They are doing a great presentation. General Latif,
Also,
over 2 minutes.
yeah.
David Dangwa is now known as the president.
When you over the 2 minutes.
Remember 2 minutes. Me switch. On about you say. First one they call round, you know. But what I do say,
how many minutes?
2 minutes. Okay. Anyway, if I'm wait, I mean, you know what I mean? But you're for 3 minutes now. What if 3 minutes still?
I did see Ghana with the grouping of all the military men. Oh, I did military fund was said. They are supposed to be disciplined. They represent law and order. In this war, you say because you send yourself Koketu South or something. Send those who are not Ghanaians probably go through the friends illegal route that we have in the border towns. You are supposed to be disciplined. Oh, you are supposed to be disciplined. Also, I was we are very disciplined because in the sense, you know, you are on ourselves who protected the citizenry. Well, ourselves who protected the citizenry. You are not supposed to brutalize them, as Ofayo just said it. Well, in Temeno, if they want to use the military, they should give them order. Look, respect your citizens, because the citizens pay you. The citizens pay you. So if you've been asked, you've been deployed, you've been dispatched to border town areas, you should know the rules and regulations. And you will be without any reason. Also, especially I say about wabubono, weprano, and monya bruises. Everybody has seen it. It's gone viral. Why should that happen? Also, and then some politicians also cause all these the statements they make. Because Yebisa KT Hamon Anka Ankasa Samana, this thing wouldn't have gone viral. Oh, when he opened his mouth and he made a mistake, say, oh, the Voltarians are Togolese. That was a blunder. Yebisa and Okrana, all you could have said was,
it's a slip of tongue.
I didn't want to I didn't want you to say, my phone. Well, anything of fire because I do not know. What from Caso? I didn't the manu as some of my kind my yen here.
You have 1 minute more.
Well, as some of my kind my yen here, among who say Ghana and one say me casa me opin citizenship. Why na ye Ghana ni? Ewo constitution mo. Wa ma me no papa. No more Ghana ni eji independence no. We ye Ghana ni. Wa wo nana no ye Ghana ni. Of your point here very important. Wa wo nana eye Ghana ni wo na ye nya afahudie wo Ghana. Wo ma me no papa. We ye Ghana ni. Wa ye wo Ghana ni ye hu ma me no papa. Ye hu say wo da ho ye nim bebia wo free. Ghana law no say we ye Ghana ni. Of your these are the clauses. And wa wo worry Ghana ni. Wutime ko ye register na wo ye Ghana ni. Oba so wo free o baby na wo be worry Ghana ni a. Wutime dani Ghana ni. The citizenship law is there. But yan yusu mamma me ho ye faton me na nanu ba Ghana be 300 years ago. It is say who be catch am say me papa ye wo no Ghana and me wo me Ghana who be catch me nya Ghana ni I mean you don't have every right.
I'm relative. No. Yes. May I say yeah. That was a great presentation.
Yeah. Also let's start or I'll begin with the issue of the military. And like my co-panel members rightly said, yeah, with the issue of the military, you know, I will call it one of the regular things or the norms that has been accepted. Under normal circumstance, our borders are supposed to be checked by the immigration experts. But ever since the idea of COVID-19 came in, it came along with the issue of military presence. Because it's like in most part of the world, the military are more or highly respected than the police service, particularly in African context. So that was why the military men were deployed in those places. But unfortunately, the communication didn't go down well. it was made, or people were made to believe, oh, it's just centered in Volta region. That is why there was the public outcry. But I think the Minister for Interior, Dominic Nitu, came out to clarify.
Defense.
And Minister of Defense, rather, thanks for the correction. Minister of Defense, Dominic Nitu, came to clear the airways to let us know that it's not just the Volta region. If you look at this very issue, the whole thing boils down to lack of effective data system. If we have effective data system to check on birth and death records, we wouldn't be talking about who is a Ghanaian or who is not a Ghanaian. I will seize this opportunity to commend the sitting vice president who is working tirelessly around how to improve the data system, particularly with the birth and death. They're trying to come out with a system that will decentralize it in such that subsequent terms, idea or issue of data system or birth and death will be well organized. I think if we have an effective data system, the issue of who is a Ghanaian, who is crossing here will not be coming up again. I want to also remind the sitting government or the leadership of our country. The normal saying is what goes around comes around. The mere fact that we are in power doesn't mean we should abuse the power. It's NDC today and it's going to be MPP tomorrow. That is the politics that we have. No party stays in power forever. So
what do you mean when you say this is a blanket statement?
Yeah, what I mean is
abuse of power. What do you
abuse of power. We see there are instances, there's allegation of the presence of national security men or party supporters in national or key positions in terms of security.
Oh, okay.
So if there is that issue that keeps going, once military is deployed, people are tempted to believe, so if that notion or that impression, government doesn't come out to denounce itself from that by saying we have no people or we don't have this kind of people within. All things being equal, another government will capitalize on that to do the same thing, and that is not helping in building the nation as expected.
Yeah. Internet, Facebook, Abina Techi, or say this Ado government, they are very wicked. Obede Anthony upon or say, please ask the NDC man for me. So in 7th December, are they not going to vote? Hypocrite NDC people. Enyamina make Grace Blankson or say great show. Kudos to your panels and your hosts. How can I go and live in the middle of exposing the criminals in the government? And or say CJ is Chief Justice. Now I can't even say AJ is Auditor General or Attorney General. ECD referring to the electricity, and EC is the Electoral Commission. Facebook, any of my entry and come on, it will be we have to bring them. There be no so. General Mazu now take it floor. Yo, Mr. Mazu.
Also, ja.
Agrono Abaunano. What remember 4 minutes?
What's that? On complain. On complain. Okay, me that's
I like it, and now I have my co-host.
You know, these are some of the things that makes the politics become very interesting. But let me issue a disclaimer here. Let me first of all issue a disclaimer. My disclaimer, a comma of a yow. I am not part of Nana Adu's family. And to what can Nana Adu also what address no to so me say. Me, I'm not family of Adudakwa. Latif, I'm not member of his family. I am member of the party. And to address Nana Akufo-Addo, make sure that you look at the face of the host and speak to the host. But what can Akufo-Addo Asama? Then you turn your face, then keep looking at me. Then Asama. Well, having established this, Mr. Osoja, on a more serious note, the acrimony between my political party, the UDCC, down to the National Liberation Movement, headed by Bafo Osai Akoto, then to the Progress Party, then down to the Popular Front Party. That is where we had the problem started. Because when you look at the chemistry of the Volta region, the northern part of Volta were voting and rooting for the UP tradition. Until 1979 general election, where Pawuli and Vito Usu, who are coming from the Dankwa Buzia tradition, splitted the vote, and then Dr. Hilary Limau had the chance to go inside. Taking into consideration the Volta intellectuals, talk of Dr. Obeda Samoa, these are all people who have their root from the UP tradition. But in 1979, during the reign of Vito Ousu, when he became, when he was even a member of parliament, there was a debate that went on between Vito Ousu and another Voltarian. The Voltarian started all this issue. Then, in response, Vito Ousu said, the Ewes are inward-looking people. This thing got itself in the political dictionary of our country. Having gone that, Gula Palu up to the time Professor Komna Awuno, who died in Kenya. He wrote out a book. In that book, I still have that book. I read it a couple of times. And I pity for our country. If the path in which we are treading is going to be that way, then Ghana doesn't have a future. But I distance myself from you referring Ghana as a joke. I sharply disagree with that. Now, Osoja, if that is how we are going to chart our path, we have a big problem. MPP doesn't have any acrimony with Voltarians. And there hasn't been any point in time where MPP has described the people of Volta region as non-Ghanaians or aliens. We have people who are in Volta region and they normally, like I said here, we have, Wangaras are in Wanchi, some part of them are in Cote d'Ivoire. Burkina Faso, you remember what happened in Cote d'Ivoire before Alassane Ouattara became the president? There was similar something like this. So please, let's ask, Ghana is notoriously noted for us being a peaceful country.
Yeah.
This is where MPP issue no. Offer ya munjai embwa. Say me party. Say we address Akufo-Addo na say am so me address amawo.
Say no, mazo we into the crisscrossing conversation. Now it's obi anko so.
And the mama favor. Enti
Samazu Kasa, you can counter him.
Enti wa ho. Now where me dey call ho. Mr. Osoja, what can Sambi? You are trying to give us an elementary duties of police, military officers, and immigration officers. Masa, where you name that? When a country is not in normal times, onna omuframu soldiers for na moaba. Meaning I akachiro eloquently. You started COVID-11, you started COVID-19, we say 11. COVID-19 you started also soldiers. Yes, yep, soldiers are. We employ them. They were going around, not even only in Ghana. We have seen videos in other parts of Cote d'Ivoire. You remember they were beating people, they were making them to dance this way. It is done. Until say yes, yeah. Also, no problem. Yeah, also the Tio. Mami Landi say, and I say, oh, yeah, but now, you were almost getting to 43 to 48 unapproved route are Nipa to be fab eba Ghana. We are in not normal terms. Anti-soldiers, almost place almost since March when this pandemic erupted. Then they send down soldiers there. Let me quickly give you the same statistics so that you'll be convinced. And I want you to also come back and vote for our party also, Ja.
come, listen to me here. When you go to Upper East Region, Makama Sankacho, 207 soldiers and at government here. But voter region, only 98. Now, other no me say the government has some diabolic mind against the people of voter region. Today, as we speak, our minister for energy is an illustrious son of the voter region. Minister for chieftaincy, he's a member, he's a voter region. So what are you talking about?
Yes, as I want to say a breaking news. The office of the president has released an information said the president of the republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, is from today, July 4th, 2020, taking a 14-day precautionary self-isolation measure in compliance with COVID-19 protocols. What is the reason? The president has elected to do so after at least one person within his close circle tested positive for COVID-19 today. Therefore, he has as today tested negative, but has elected to take this measure out of the abundance of caution. The president will, during this precautionary self-isolation period, he working from the presidential villa at the Jubilee House, Accra, sign Kojo upon Nkrumah, that is the Minister of Information. This aside, asama minia ekano eye true also ja. To say so obebo Ghana ho ban also use the police and the military, especially yanya emergency like what we have now. But asama ye can say also ja. So yes na you should let Ghanaians know.
About deployment of the soldiers are now.
Yes.
So you think a government, a responsible
hold on. Let me give my reason.
The announcement was made.
I'm not disputing the fact
on the 22nd of March.
Good.
They held a press conference and spelled all this thing out.
Good. But it looks as if the whole thing didn't go viral until Katie Hammond made his misstatement
about.
He made his misstatement about Ketusa. No, I don't
know before, Mr. Blamin.
Also, I mean, dispute here, some walk no. But some me can say, the defense minister has to come and explain to people, say, I don't know, and you Ketusa alone.
No, so if Mr. Lamin, Tio, me patch out. You see, all this thing, you know what prompted the defense minister to come on air and give out these statistics? NDC minority in Volta region held a press conference at Ketusaf and then accused the government for deploying soldiers only to Ketusaf. This is what they said. And then it forced compelled the government to reiterate the announcement they made on the 22nd.
I agree with that. I did all kind of me. But as some may can say, information of this nature, if you limit it and it's not viral, people, Ghanaians don't know. Somebody will put political colorization.
Mr. Lamin, it's normal. It's normal. You see, it's normal. Politics there. When say here, me no know. Once say you disagree very well. Desperate people like Ofaya. They will make a desperate statement simply because they want to convince desperate people.
Thank you. Give me 1 second. Thank you. I just intercepted the message and it reads for immediate release statement on the advice of doctors, the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, is from today, July 4, 2020, taking a 14-day precautionary isolation. Okay. I just read from a listener, and I'm very grateful that our listeners are really supplying us with information.
So I want to jump in. You see, as we were saying,
you gave me the liberty to poo-poo whatever he is going to say.
Look at it. You see, all that we were saying about this thing, we should make sure that we stop these things.
Very good.
I'm coming. So all that they were doing, you see, later too they were making reference. Fortunately for you.
Hold on 1 second. Hello.
Adinkra TV.
Hi, this is Adinkra Radio.
Yeah, well, I would like to ask a question. I'm watching you right now.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I would like, my question is to Maazu. Some people and Pepe, they are saying that Mahmoud Bawumia, if he
hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Go ahead. Hello? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Does he think that the NPP guru will accept Mahmoud Bawumia to be flag bearer if he Paludan? Because it's Raymond, they are telling that this is proper. So I want him to clarify. And can he stand as front runner for the NPP? This is my question.
Okay, thank you.
What can I say?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you see, all those political this thing will not help us. That tension. You see, the military, as we are talking about, military and police and what, the military shouldn't have come in. For me, I don't see their essence in this. You could have sent the police. We know the police is for peace. Have you seen it? It is when we are gearing towards war, something that we need. I'm coming.
When even we are going for election,
we don't use the military for election. We don't use military for election. We don't use military for election. We use the other section.
Of fire.
Please, let me continue.
When you born in this country, or you never step in Ghana.
I said we don't use military for anything.
What are you talking about?
Let me tell you, they had the agenda for doing that. But let me tell you one thing. I supported what my brother was saying because
which of the brothers?
You know what?
Me and I say one.
Asema Oka, remember also. Don't worry. Yeah, Asema Oka. Do you know say Aflawu chief organized a press conference? He said he doesn't know why the soldiers are there.
What are you talking about?
Yes. If
Aflawu chief cannot be an embodiment of our
law. You allow me to talk.
No, I wouldn't allow you.
You were talking
about making any concrete. No,
So are you telling me? Are you telling me?
Even as we can people each other.
Yes.
So if you have decided not to do it,
are you telling me that Aflawu chief didn't say that?
He said that he's not an embodiment of the laws of our country.
So he
doesn't know anything.
He doesn't know anything.
You can't inject ethnic bigotry and tribalistic statement here.
Let me tell you something.
Ghana doesn't belong
to This is what he said. He said he doesn't know why the soldiers are there.
They are there. He failed to read the news article.
And then
he doesn't need to know why.
You be supporting wrongly. Be supporting wrongly. Let me continue.
Okay, you're not making any political sense. Government has to communicate to
you are making what you are saying is nonsense.
What are you talking about?
I said keep quiet. Let me continue with my submission. Please. You
Mama
what I'm trying to say is that until this Katie Amon came out to bring that word in there. That is when they all go to know that these people had an agenda. You will never accept it. Let me continue with my decision.
You are also incompetent like him.
No more competency. Competency. All MPP are competent. This is how we define competence.
Please, let me correct him, please.
Correct who?
Let if you correct. Because if I say you look at it in a political lens.
Correct me for what? I'm telling you what the chief said.
What soldier?
What you think the chief didn't say?
Any right to ask a president?
What do you mean by that? That is why you are John Boy was telling me. What do you mean by that? What do you mean? What do you mean by the chief doesn't have anything to say?
What soldier? No. When you were in the
what do you mean by telling me that the chief don't have
anything? The president has to
to
ask you before. What are you talking about?
What do you mean by the chief doesn't have to know? What are you talking about?
Okay, hold it.
No, hold on.
Hold
please.
it. Yeah, hold it. I gave the chance.
Yes, sir.
What are you talking about that the chief doesn't have to?
Once I say hold it,
then do this.
I'm listening.
I gave you the chance to go against each other. Now I hold it. I withdraw it.
They should stop talking so that all Kasa won't say Makasa. What Kasa about 5 minutes, 6 minutes?
I told you, sir. Maazu is a good disruptor than you are.
No, me, I don't disrupt you when you come. When he was talking,
and you were going into what?
No, I don't do. Also, John knows that I don't do that.
Yes, okay.
So I only tackle you when I'm on the phone.
Hold on. Now, offer
Yes, give me the phone.
Also, hold it 1 second.
Also, from a different perspective.
Yeah, hold it 1 second.
Yes. From a different perspective.
Please, Adjobro.
Adjobro, yes, in the sense that because my NDC name people here, what is going on? You see,
why are you implicating me? I'm only charging you.
I'm doing that because I wanted you to correct.
Correct who? What did I say that you should correct? Allow me to give me the floor now. Master, stop those things on my what you are doing over there.
Also,
that is your character.
Yes. I beg you.
You see that there is a fit out there.
I'm on for air sharing.
Yes.
This argument is good.
Yeah,
but Yama who say I didn't there's some decorum.
Exactly.
In the first place, what is the
2 minutes?
Wow, 4 minutes, 6 minutes, me now so mommy for a year, 2 minutes. Then the market says, "Yeah, I will get time never be 7." What?
You walking out. You
can't.
Please hold it.
Yes.
But hold it 1 second.
Yes.
But hold it 1 second.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Me man, 3 minutes.
And now man is 6 minutes. Say you not your time, no.
Because
but me want mommy show. Oh mommy, me start here and start interjecting. He doesn't want me to talk.
And this is today. He has been intoxicated with NDC bad policies.
You.
No. You see, many at times, many would you can't. Time I mean me party yeah. What be some me catch us yeah for her. How you guys
you have been indoctrinated with your life. So that's how you be.
Okay.
Yours is indoctrination.
Hold it.
Okay.
Please you have 1 minute.
Also,
it's 7 o'clock.
This is from
it's 7:25. Please have 1 minute.
You see, what is happening is when you look at the trends, those of us have ever been a polling agent at Menshia constituency before.
I've been one to in
yes,
Amaga,
that's right. So, friends, and closer to Ashtown.
Call me.
Yes, a honomono. We are polling agent. It means you know business because that's the riskiest and the most indoctrinated party followers in that area. Polling a friends and station biano. Or the police in Iba not somebody a soldier ni akana. Because one apostle for your Ghana no. In the first place, no. Two, they don't have logistics. It is a party bia ye voting bia you do omoba. Ama omoboa se ne beya ade no ye beye no in a very sanitized way. But when come back to the same question Ameka and said, this thing should have been announced on radio and TV and television for every Ghanaian to know. Said, look, due to lack of logistics for the whatever we have for immigration and police, we are asking the military, whose purpose is to defend Ghana, to go to all the border areas so that they make sure that nobody even comes into the country because we are compiling our register. That wasn't done until the presentation or the whatever KTM said. So now we learned a lesson from that. It's not a bad thing that the military are in the community and they are helping. The only thing we should understand is, look, the military, their motto is do before complain. So Ghanaians and citizenry who are registering should be cautious. And then the soldiers also must understand, say, you are there to protect the people. You are not there to chastise and brutalize people. You see, if you do that, you make the mandate given to you trickling to the head affect the government of the day.
Medase.
Intimate time, no.
Latif, 1 minute.
Yeah,
Also, I come to say 1 minute. 1 minute.
Now,
yes. On the issue of this military deployment, the fee say a nekwaso said the mayor there will be discipline because over here in our part of the world, like I said earlier, we respect the military more than the police. Police for no crown, when in instances police cry military or no police won't cry no support to military, you know, because that inferiority complex, you know, so you can't take that away. And on the issue of I can say they should have informed the chief, you know. I don't think per the structure, no, the right person for them to be informed, you know, will be the regional minister, and the regional minister will channel the information down to the chief.
But that wasn't done.
For that one, we can't say it wasn't done because we've not heard from the office of the regional minister, so we can't just sit here and conclude that this is it. My concern has to do with the way the government relayed the information to the extent of talking about the presence of the military is to ensure COVID-19 protocols and other stuff. That was where the chief also came out with the excuse that if that's the case, they prefer to have a modernized hospital, not police presence to help curb the COVID-19 pandemic. That is how it keeps going on back and forth. On the same issue of COVID-19, let's commend Mr. Adinkra for disclosing it and stepping aside.
Thank you. So, school here can say, that's right. Jenamazu. Let's watch the Jenamazu. Maybe this time he'll be a good boy.
All right.
He'll be a good boy.
How many minutes?
Let's say how many minutes?
I don't want to go. Oh, 1 minute. Oh. Well, 1 minute. There's some intimate cabibia. But on a more serious note, on a more serious note, Mr. Lamin kept on dwelling on the fact that the government should have made this announcement about the deployment of the security men across the country. This announcement, I'm telling you on authority, it was made in the country. The announcement was made on 26th of March. All right, our borders started closing the borders somewhere early March, but they realized the enormity of the problem, so they started this deployment, giving out these numbers. And then, Mr. Lamin, for all you know, it wasn't KT Amua or Hamon. It wasn't KT Amon's statement. Yes, that triggered all these things. It was because the Volta caucus in Parliament held a press conference criticizing the government for only giving the military in Ketu. The government was compelled to come out. Also, for all you know, once the deployment, Mr. Lamin, is a classified information to the extent that when the Minister for Defense, Dominic Ntuwil, came, journalists were even criticizing you for revealing certain vital information to the public. These are all the machination of desperate politicians like the NDC.
I have the floor now. Maybe the NDC said, Menka said there wasn't any public announcement, but Adia, you know, and yet Adibia a shekata. Katabi, I say, and but hold on, also the reason is I don't know who you are Magana for. Until so Magana for have enough information. Maybe the information they gave was in ephemera, in passing.
We have given
them you see,
over 1 minute.
1 minute saying, oh no, Casa first, what Jeff is also 1 minute. Oh, so why? Ade oh there be offense no man 4 minutes make us an interjection by also what man 2 minutes 2 minutes so 3 minutes 6 minutes here
that's a good boy. I will listen to you.
Let's look at this. You see right now he say TK Hamon asem. You see the whole thing no the Bruhano started when he came out a bro chip papa na to na numutuo Emma Ghana for who said this is why and no never by what they say. The beginning, you know, we didn't know what they were company register, who company not knowing they have targeted some people. It can't have my broad channel and obey general public no kind of be as that is why it was happening like that. You see, I so you know the later beba meet beba. You see, I don't know this animal winning so what they say. They have targeted some people that they are not Ghanaians. Look at it. nyame nso nchaade omo 2 minutes ade na wo me wo kase man kase mame point please nabi let him keep quiet look at this Peter Mewu is from Volta, right?
Yes.
Then he's a Togolese too.
Why?
The deputy information minister. I'm coming. I'm coming. Oh, let me continue.
You finish with your presentation.
Yeah, so let me continue. Listen to me now. And then we have Thomas Hajide, who used to be the deputy sports minister and now the information minister. He's also from Togo, right? Have you seen the whole thing now? They are all from Volta region, Ketu South area there. Have you seen the whole thing now? So if what they are trying to do, no, say some people are what they are from Togo and they are from here, Master. Why are you? I don't like
misleading information.
Misleading what? What are you talking about?
Also, has MPP came out and said Voltarians are not Ghanaians?
What did KTM say?
What are you talking about?
KTM is not MPP.
We have
more
than 20 MPs.
KTM is not MPP. KTM is not MPP.
A sound of voter regime.
Which party does KTM belong to? Yes. Which party does KTM belong to?
No, just please.
Oh, belonging to NDC. Is KTM on the NDC?
Me too.
But I think
is KTM on an NDC? Yes. Yes. No, there's no. What are you talking about? What I'm saying, let me continue, please. Is KTM on an NDC?
No.
What is he talking about? Have you seen the whole thing now? So this is what is going on. So we are asking, Ghanaians are asking. Peter Mewu is a Togolese. Thomas Hajide is also a Togolese. Have you seen the whole thing now? This is what was.
So maybe someone, what is the proof?
Proof says saying.
Togolese.
Togolese. What did K2 say? It's coming from K2 side. It's from the Volta region. It's KTM asemen na KTM kan.
Also by implication,
yes.
The KTM kan.
Yes.
It means you are not a Ghanaian.
That is it.
Togolese.
So why do you dispute this and what are you telling me?
But also
they are Togolese. Are you getting it? This is what we are talking about.
I don't know where I think I listened to Joy News Drive or saying yes and okay or see.
This is
it's a lie. It's a lie. We have the everybody.
It's a lie.
It's a lie.
The president of Ghana, in consultation with the Supreme Court and all the bodies in Ghana, to come out and let us know why Ghana. You see, I just mentioned one of these constitutional provisions. So because of this argument,
let me finish.
The issue of you being a Ghanaian is something that we were taught in our JSS.
Please, it has been redefined by this government. This government have redefined who is a Ghanaian. Some people are not Ghanaians and they are in Ghana.
Like you,
from those in Ketu South are not Ghanaians. So let me end up 1 minute. May sum me up.
Yes,
so in effect, looking at all that is going on, the brouhaha and everything, this is a Ghanaian, the brouhaha. You are asking me. So looking at what is going on concerning compiling of new register, doing old one and so forth, we all know even somebody said it, one of the independent candidates, he was telling the EC that the EC shouldn't throw away the old register. He may fall on it. Because things that are going on during this registration is just abysmal. Have you seen it? Things are not going all right. So that is telling you that we did not need to compile any new register. But this government, through the EC and the Supreme Court and the government, Akufo-Addo, they are telling Ghanaians they want to redefine what Ghanaian is, who is a Ghanaian. Have you seen it? But what I said from the beginning, let me end it. The EC, the Akufo-Addo and the Supreme Court, they can have their say, but the Almighty God that we serve will show Ghanaians the right thing to do come 7th December. And this government, no engineer register can keep them in power.
Yo, yede jumadie no eba ewiye ena adofo a ene yehia wa ase no A fire to fire. A fire to fire. More than combatant. More than combatant. A General Mazu. The undisputed General Mazu. The undefeated. On Fine Niagara. Yawo Abdul Latif. Abdul Latif, what you say on Nkwara Brim, one Hanema Mikra, na Oyeboko. Ena Yawoya Gaza Yebra. Koranyama. Koranyama ne bombing chain. Naya San War. General Lamine. Dynamic and principled Lamine. Who nobody na ekitu e biba oboa. Gaskiani, Unfa Niagara. Here what? The combatant. The great combatant. The great foot soldier. The NDC youth organizer. Great propaganda. Hey, so guys we were my party to go out there. Go ahead, cash be. Eke Moshe. Kwe, Papa le, J look bibiu. Yes. Change is happening because constructive conversation are taking place on social media and around the kitchen table. And people are paying attention. This movement feels different from first. Ever Ghanaian American running for U.S. Congress, Kojo Asamoah Caesar. Kojo Asamoah Caesar from the District of Oklahoma. Yabo Abaso, all Ghanaians around the world, we support you. Listen, the sky is the limit, and we support you. In my concluding statement, as I always do as a motivational speaker, the youth, I want to speak to you. We have 3 levels of intelligence, but I will take this opportunity to talk about 2. We have books smart. We have intellectuals, very smart. And we have street smart. If you did not get the opportunity to attain higher education, it doesn't mean you are a failure. Being successful in life is not about your education level. There are people who have acquired PhD, they don't have a job. So with the youth, don't be discouraged, don't discourage yourself. Keep fighting. Whatever you are doing, do it in the right way. In business, almost 80% are just there. They can just quit at any time. We have 10% that you can always guide them. And we have the last 10% that are very committed to whatever they are doing. Look at what happens to Sir John, late Sir John and General Mosquito. They are from different parties, NPP, NDC. But when Sir John had a case and was going to the Supreme Court, Adinkra Tv was always going with him, to the point that some of the NDC people disagreed with him. The same way, when Adinkra Tv lost his mom, Sir John stayed in Adinkra Tv's home for 3 consecutive days, not a hotel. So it means that whatever goes on in the political field, don't take it personal. Don't let anybody give you 10 Ghana cedis, 20 Ghana cedis, or 50 Ghana cedis to go and fight. Just keep fighting for your dream, and one day you will succeed. Thank you. Until next week, same time, we say alios. Numa jonye. Nyankopon onshiro bia ina kwakwa do hwe he ne de bia so one subscribe one fama Adinkra multimedia one subscribe or ya do here pan because one nyina we part of Adinkra family one pam of yam of aka nya subscribe kan ha wo because nya fe nya fita Adinkra nya fita wo he one small nya sani baba o ko pe next weekend no fe nya yo nya ba nya keba no wo fe woja one danya hie ko ye do bibia say signing off.
Tonight we go Jogodo, damn I'm lucky.
Obi you get money they talk. If you don't get money, hide your face. You don't go trick Fenty. Red bottoms, Louis Vuitton. Physical cash, no checks. Or who the long the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Baby, let me open your cherry. I'm in bold blues. And I do ya pull up your Chevy.
The most common reaction to a birch arrangement is, I didn't know flowers could look like this. I'm Brittany Ash. I'm a floral artist and the founder and director of Birch. I use Squarespace as a tool